Hello and welcome to Frozen Synapse 2 Developer Diary number 7. I'm Ian Hardingham, the designer and lead programmer on this crazy game. Today I'm going to show you some of the level generation work we've been doing in preparation for the Eurogamer Expo next week. As it's in preparation for something that's 5 days away, mostly it's broken, but I'm going to show you what I have anyway. Now let's take a top-down overview of what the level generator needs to achieve. We have this great big procedurally generated city, and we want to be able to have tactical missions in the city. If I'd been feeling a little more sane when I originally designed this game, I might have done something like, say, if you're going to have a mission, say here, in this slot that I've selected with my mouse, you'd go down and then you would have a Frozen Synapse mission. It might be the same kind of shape as this lot, it might not. That's what a lot of games would do. They wouldn't have an exact equalness between a map level and the tactical level, but because I'm a really crazy person, I decided that I wanted to be able to allow you to have missions on any arbitrary element of this map. I can create a square, say this one, I'm making my cursor here, it's got a couple of car parks in, it's got a couple of parks in, it's got a, what's this, residential area, a corporate office. I want to be able to say that you can have a mission in this entire area and see that fully reflected in the mission geometry. So the level generator has a lot of work to do that. Okay, now we're going to go down to the bottom level and look at generating a single lot. A lot is generally a building, like a residential building or an office building or a motel or a bar, or maybe a piece of road or maybe a piece of pavement as well. Just the unit of what an individual thing at the city level is. A place that you could send a squad, have some items stored there, send a mission, that kind of thing. Each one of these different kinds of lot types has different generator. And I'm just going to show you a couple of the tools we have right now. So here, this very exciting rotated rectangle that you've been looking at for the last 10 seconds is just the shape of a lot from the city. We're going to have to turn this into some way you can play Frozen Synapse 2. Now, one of the first challenges is, again, because I've got a bit of an issue and I've done something that's incredibly difficult to actually do, we have no idea how big anything is going to be when it comes to developing the game. These lots come in all shapes and sizes. This is a relatively standardly shaped and sized lot, but they can be very big, they can be very small, and I have to try and make interesting generation work for all of them. So we've got this nice little rectangle, and I'm just going to click on the test export button here and hope something good happens. Okay, now here we go. We have produced a bunch of rooms. Now, oh, and some really exciting lighting problems there. Look at that. I have to call someone up about that. Just don't look over there, okay? Now, this uses a modified version of the Frozen Synapse 1 level generator. This is a very, very simple script right here. Now, everything in Frozen Synapse 1 was axis aligned. That meant that all the walls were either on the X or the Y axes. One of the many new exciting things we can do in Frozen Synapse 2 is have things curved and have things angled like this. When I had to convert that algorithm, it took me quite a long time, but it was alright. All of the same principles applied. I've actually written a blog post on the algorithm that you can look up on our blog, mode7games.com/blog, if you're that interested in that kind of thing. Now, it took a long time to develop this algorithm, and it was based around getting something which looks decent, but mostly around getting something which is fun to play. In Frozen Synapse, what you really want is to have buildings, but you also want to have outside areas which flow around the buildings. That produces the best kind of gameplay flow, and that just works really well. So it took me a long time with FS1 to get this algorithm. I'm really proud of it. It works really well. Now, elsewhere here, you can see that we have some trees on the outside areas of this building, and inside we have some boxes, etc. So we're going to click on export again, and here we have something entirely different. Now, what I'm doing with this particular generator, I'm actually looking at a lot of different kinds of variants for the generator. So on this one, I'm pretty sure this is the one which only has buildings around the outside. It has a much bigger area in the middle to show stuff like these trees. There are a lot of different things we can put there, which you will see later on. Let's see what this one looks relatively straightforward again. Oh my goodness, The lighting really, really is not happy. Anyway, this is an incredibly built-up area. We might be able to use this for the inside of a very big office building. This is a bit busy. Some of these rooms are a bit small, I think. Let me just put a guy there to get a sense of scale. We have a great bug, which Paul noticed earlier, which is that when you drag these guys, they actually play their running animation really fast, which is almost good enough to actually keep in the game. I have no idea what's happening. I think it really is just a bug, but it's awesome. So, yep, right, let's keep going. And here we go again. So you're getting a pretty good idea. All of these ones use what's called the forest outside generator. So next we're going to have a look at another level of this generation. Okay, so now this here is, we're going to be generating, say, a house in the suburbs. This is a nice little house that Robin has made, and this is going to show how we are combining completely generated content with content made by our artists. Getting that balance right is really crucial to getting these procedurally generated games to look really good and interesting. So here we have a generator that's based solely around this model and being put in a lot of different contexts. So this first one, he's just surrounded by trees. In this next one, we have the building surrounded by different kinds of trees. These are our tree clumps. This is quite a different feeling. Here we have the building generation I was showing you earlier being used as the surround, and we have some poles here to give a more inner city feeling. We still have these two trees. We might not have those trees in the end. We have a couple of parked cars lying around. Here we have some picnic tables. So this is obviously something that we've just been throwing against the wall. This doesn't look particularly good yet. I'm not sure this is totally appropriate. The picnic tables, I think, work better when put in between a much more built-up area. Here we have surrounded by buildings again. Same kind of outside generator as well, with those cars. Just a nice variant. Here we have some trees outside with some buildings. And I'm just going to click through this. I'm probably just going to see a bunch of different things. Got some rocks there. Quite a lot of trees going on. Robin hasn't actually made these big enough. It's going to be a bit strange. Anyway, you can see we've got some bugs here, but I think we're producing quite an interesting load of content. And that is all based on this one model. We've just got this one little house thing, and Robin's made a lot of them. And that produces a lot of different kind of places. So I think you're probably beginning to see how I'm combining several different techniques to produce a large variety of content. Now, for the final part of the demonstration, I'm going to try and show you an entire city mission. This is really work in progress, but I think I can find one that just about shows you what's going on. So let's say we are going to have a mission in this residential building here. I've got my strike team there. Let's go down, have a mission there, and I'll show you, hopefully, what the level looks like. And here we are. That actually worked not too badly. We have the area, the building that we are having our mission in, just a sparse couple of buildings there. We have the roads immediately around, and we have some other stuff as well. We have a park and a car park down here, and a car park and a park up here as well, actually. These lots are more likely to be included in a mission at the moment. The sharp-eyed of you may be able to notice that we don't have any gaps allowing you access between these two lots yet. That's something I need to look at. We have a nice new feature, which is that gameplay lots, that non-gameplay lots, areas that are not in the mission, are now rendered with a nice sort of height to them, these semi-transparent blocks that kind of gives you more of a feeling of being inside the city. And in general, we'll be giving actually much more road area for you to play with. If I press play on this, we may even see these guys wandering around. For those who are curious, the purple zone here is actually an alarmed zone, which has a different impact on stealth. So again, yeah, all of this is work in progress, and it's going to hopefully dramatically improve by the time we show it off at Eurogamer Expo next week. But there you go. This has been a little bit of a look into our level generation. Thank you for watching. Please watch again next week, and have a nice time.